Good morning, day 166. Cooking down the refrigerator, pantry, and freezer meals. So, the cottonwood is blooming. Just when you get almost everything done and planted, you get the cottonwood, and it looks like it's snowing for a week. Oh, that tree. It's a big old tree right in my backyard. It's on the common ground, so it's not a tree that I can take down. And I don't know if I would anyway, but it would cost a lot to take a tree that big down. But it seems like as soon as they mulch, the cottonwood blooms. It's a very, very annoying tree. And you get a million little cottonwood starts that you have to pick out. So that's the life of gardening. So anyway, today it's Sunday, and I'm just going to relax today, throw a few seeds in the ground and see what else I can come up with. I don't need to do a lot of cooking. I still have the beans and rice and corn, and I have tortillas, or I could make some sort of a bean burger out of it. I don't know yet what I'm going to do. And I still have the mashed potatoes that I want to make into some sort of a zucchini fritter type thing, but I'm not sure what I'm going to be in the mood to eat. So anyway, just a couple possibilities for brunch or dinner. Well, in a little bit, I'll take you out into the garden with me, and we'll see what's cooking out there. Hopefully things have gotten bigger. We had a nice, beautiful rain the other day, so the plants always like the rain because there's nitrogen in there. And you can fertilize and do all sorts of things, but nothing works like a good old rain. All right, let's go out in the garden. It's coming along nicely. My pak choy is getting bigger. This stuff I just planted, but it actually is starting to look like a garden. Yay! So this is the big old cotton tree. That one right there. So yeah, everything's greened up. I like it when it gets like this. It gets very private back here. So I enjoy that. So there's a picture of the garden. It's coming along. I actually have a couple little peppers starting. I still have to plant some beans and things in here. And in this one bag, I don't know what I'm going to put yet. So here is the cottonwood starting, all the white specks. And this is what I planted up yesterday. So that should look really nice once it all comes up. And it's coming along. All right, just wanted to give you a little glimpse of my little oasis that I love to be in. Good morning, coffee time. Cheers. Today is going to be a beautiful day, just 80 degrees, perfect. So I'll be outside most of the day. I wanted to share a product with those of you that have wavy or curly hair like I do. Now I just wash and wear. I don't do anything to my hair other than wash it. Once in a while, if I'm going out, I blow dry it, but most of the time I don't. And my hair, even though I don't use real high-end shampoos and conditioners and things, for the most part my hair is still in pretty decent shape for my age. I know a lot of older ladies have the problem where you know, after years of coloring, and it kind of turns to kind of like a fuzz. So, but anyway, even when I colored my hair, because I don't blow dry it, the heat doesn't damage it, I never had the problem of having dried out hair. But I wanted to share a product with you that I just found, and it's not super expensive. I got it at Walmart. And if you have wavy or curly hair, now I've slept on this. I don't wash my hair every day. And I've slept on this for 2 days already. So it's still got a nice wave pattern to it. Still has some nice curl. But this is the product. It's by Aussie, and it's called Miracle Curl. And it has, it's a conditioner, revitaliscent. Okay, you get the picture. It's got coconut and jojoba oil, and it's paraben free, but I love this stuff, and I've never found a conditioner where I can say I love this stuff, because I just randomly kind of use whatever shampoo and conditioner, you know, the cheap stuff from Dollar Tree, and I don't spend a lot on my hair products, which as a hairdresser, former hairdresser, I probably should, but I don't. So I just wanted to share that product with you for those of us that have a little bit of curl. It takes away the frizz that you get a lot of times, and it just makes a real nice curl pattern if you let your hair air dry. So anyway, I wanted to share that with you. And I've been spending a lot of time in the morning before I go out to the garden, or before I go anywhere, filling out my bloom pages and doing some journaling, which I really love to do. I don't know why I stopped. I really enjoy journaling. I just, you know, randomly put my thoughts down, what I'm going to do, what I'd like to do. If I have a problem, I work through it on the page. So I do that, but I've also been spending a lot of time on companion planting. And because I don't want to just stick one plant in a pot and call it good. I'd like to get as much bang for my buck as I can in the little tiny garden that I have. So I've been doing a lot of research on that, and before I plant a container, I just figure what plants go together, and you know, if they're going to like living together. So I have to see about that. There's so many garden things out there. There's square foot gardening, there's lasagna gardening, there's culture gardening. I mean, it's such a big supply, and it's very confusing. So this year in my garden, I've sort of decided I'm going to try a lot of the companion planting and see what actually works. So anyway, I just wanted to talk a little bit about that. So I find that in the morning, when I do the morning pages and sit and relax a little bit, think about what I want to do, the day isn't so chaotic. I mean, things happen, you know, I mean, that's inevitable, but for the most part, the day is calmer. Years ago, I used to meditate. I meditated like every day. And it was such a nice experience. Life got busy and I got away from it, but now I have the time, so I want to do it again. So I'm going to incorporate that into my day, and it doesn't have to be, you know, a big yogi session for an hour, you know, even if it's 10-15 minutes. And it's a process that a lot of people have difficulty starting in the beginning because you have to focus your mind. Well, you don't focus your mind actually. You focus your mind on nothing, and you just sort of let random thoughts come and go, and after a while your mind becomes more still, if that makes any sense. But it is something that you have to practice, and I think that's why they call it a practice. But I really used to enjoy that, and I'd like to get back to that because it's very good for your well-being. A lot of people say, you know, it can reduce your blood pressure. It can have all sorts of health benefits if you meditate. And at the time where I was into the meditation, I was very much into the martial arts, which I absolutely loved. But I had to give it up when I went to nursing school, which I don't have many regrets in my life, but I wish I could have had the time to continue that practice. So I'm thinking about maybe looking into a Tai Chi group or a Tai Chi class. I think I would like that better than yoga, although I'm considering that too, just to keep a little more flexible. And now that the gardening, the hard part of the gardening is done, and I still have a lot of projects I want to do. Well, other than the fencing, that's going to be a big project. But I want to get back to the walking because I really do enjoy that too. Chloe's voicing her opinion. They're so funny. What's the matter, Chloe? I don't know what her problem is. She's just talking, I guess. So anyway, yeah, that's one thing I'd like to do. I want to get back to my walking. So lots of things that I want to do. Some of them I'm sure I will do. Some of them I won't do. Because right now, this time of the year, the garden is still my priority. What are some of the projects that you guys are working on? I'd really like to know in the comments below. Are you purging? Are you doing outside work? Are you focusing more on your hobbies? Whatever you're focusing on, let me know in the comments below. I'm really interested to know how other people live their life. So, all right, I'm going to get to my morning pages, enjoy my coffee. But yeah, give this a try if you have curly hair or wavy hair. This stuff is really, really good. All right, I'll be back with breakfast in a little while. Breakfast, day 166, and I know what I'm having today. I am having the same thing I had yesterday. So I made 2 Beyond or Impossible sausage patties. I'm going to have this with American cheese, and a couple of slices of Walmart toast, and 1 egg. So I still have plenty of eggs. I still have plenty of cheese. I still have plenty of bread. I have leftovers for dinner. I have a little bit of yogurt that I saved. I'm going to see if I can make some oat milk yogurt, but I don't know if I'll have time to do that now with all the other things I have going on, so we'll see about that. And I still have mashed potatoes and beans and zucchini, so I'll come up with something for dinner. All right. I will meet you at the stove. I have my little mini griddle. I love this thing. It's great for, you know, a single person if you don't want to dirty a bunch of grills and things like that. Even for college students, kids, you have to teach them. It gets really hot. But, you know, I got my grandkids a bunch of these different little devices for Christmas. And now actually my daughter is using it because their gas stove isn't hooked up yet, so they're using them. But I'm going to heat up this Impossible sausage in here before I do my egg. So there we go, easy peasy. And the only seasoning I'm going to use is this breakfast blend, just a teeny tiny bit left. It said there were 247 servings in here. Serving size is a 1/4 teaspoon. So I'm going to try to recreate this if I can. Here's the ingredients. I don't know if you can read those, but if you have any interest. And like I said, I don't think they make this anymore, but it really goes a long way. So my toast is done, and I'm just going to butter this a little bit. And I'm anxious to get outside because it's so beautiful out there. And I might just sit and look at my creation for a while. All right, now I'm going to wait for my sausage patty. And this is pretty simple. And, you know, if you keep things around like American cheese, or my favorite cheeses to keep around are the shredded Mexican style and Italian style cheeses. You can get them at Aldi's, at Walmart, wherever. So let me check this. I'm going to give it another minute. And then I'm going to put my egg right on the grease that's already in there. I love these little teeny tiny utensils that you can get. Goes with my little teeny tiny griddle. And this is a Nostalgia brand, but they have other brands too. You can get them on Amazon, Walmart. So this is good enough. And it's fatty just like sausage, and I'm just going to put it right on top of the cheese. And then I'm going to take this grease and just put it on the griddle. So I'm going to let this heat up again before I put my egg on there. Okay. So my son got chickens, and my daughter is going to get chickens too, so I'm hoping between the two of them they'll let me have some eggs. That would be nice. Would be a nice perk. Alright, I'm just going to put a little tiny bit of this because I do like eggs, and eggs are actually really healthy for you. Dr. Eric Berg, he's a YouTube doctor. He, on his YouTube channel, he talks about how healthy eggs are. So if you have an interest, go check that out. Alright, we'll cook that up. And I'll be back. Alright, I think my egg is done. Yes. Always remember to unplug this thing. And this will just melt the cheese. Okay. There we go. And this was really good yesterday when I had it. So, okay, and the sandwich goes. And then I also have some grapes here. And to clean that, I just usually wipe it with a damp paper towel and it cleans it right off. So okay, there we go. There we have it. Breakfast day 166. Dinner day 166. I'm not going to take you to the fridge. I talked about that this morning. I have about 1 cup of mashed potatoes left. I have, half a cup, 1/4 cup of shredded zucchini from the freezer. I have the last of my spring onions. They finally had it after about a month. I have 1 egg, and I think I might add some frozen corn in here too. Okay, I've got, just a little bit of corn. Depends on how much you want. All right, so I'm going to mix this all together. I also need some flour, and I'm going to make a mashed potato fritter. Okay, I'm going to beat up my egg. And this is just going to be half a recipe because it's just me and I don't want a ton more leftovers. I'm trying to use up leftovers. So okay, there goes the egg. And I'm going to stick my mashed potatoes and corn in there. This is another recipe that is good for using up leftover anything. You can put any vegetables you want in a fritter. Peas and carrots, and I'm putting in zucchini, whatever you have. So I love recipes like this, recipes like casseroles, and where you can just make a lot of different things with very cheap ingredients. All right, now I'm going to put in my zucchini and my spring onions. Use whatever onions you want, or don't put onions in. It doesn't matter. You can add garlic to this. The sky is the limit. It's just like with a casserole. The sky's the limit with that too. And I think this will be tasty. Do you guys make fritters? If you do, give us some suggestions in the comments below and share some of what you put in fritters. All right, now I need about 1/4 cup of flour. Okay, this is 1/3 cup of flour, not 1/4 cup. And then I don't want to use up all my Mexican cheese, so I'm going to mix Italian and Mexican cheese together. About 1/4 cup, or as much cheese as you like. I'm just going to eyeball it. So there's some. And we'll put some of this in. Now you can add Italian seasoning if you want. You can add some like Tony Chachere's seasoning if you want. You can add all kinds of different seasonings for different flavors, so you don't feel like you're eating the same thing. I'm going to add some of this grated topping too from Dollar Tree. I've had this a long time and I really would like to use it up. It's okay, but I don't feel it's that cheesy. So, but if it's all you can afford, then that's great. All right, so I'm just going to mix this all up. And I want to put some pepper in there. This pepper is a never-ending thing too. not much comes out. And then I'm going to add, about half a teaspoon of garlic salt, because the potatoes were already seasoned. All right. And I think I want to add a little bit of chopped garlic. Okay, so about a teaspoon of chopped garlic. If you don't like garlic, leave it out. Like I said, this recipe you can put anything in. You just need to have the right proportions of liquid to flour. So the original recipe makes quite a few fritters, way too many for me. And the original recipe is 2 cups mashed potatoes, half a cup of cheese, 2/3 cup of flour, 2 beaten eggs, 1 teaspoon salt, pepper, 2 tablespoons of chives, and a teaspoon of oil for frying. So, all right. Here's what it looks like. And I'm going to fry this up. I'm going to try and make it in my little mini griddle. I don't know how that'll work, but I'm going to give it a try. And I'm not sure if you can make these in the air fryer or not, or if it has to fry in a little bit of oil. So I'm just going to experiment a little bit and I'll be back. Alright, the mini griddle is taking forever. So I'm going to switch strategies and make the next ones in the frying pan. But in the meantime, I have this yogurt. It's just plain Greek yogurt. And I don't have sour cream, but that's okay. I'm just going to make this into a savory topping, not only for the fritters, but also for a couple meals I have in mind for the beans and rice I made the other day. So I want to season this a little bit, and I'm just going to add a little garlic salt. A lot of times I use garlic salt instead of plain salt. I just think it has more flavor. And I'm going to put some onion and garlic powder in there too. And then that'll be enough for tonight's dinner and also for tomorrow's, because I cooked ahead. A lot of people will say, oh, I don't like leftovers, but it doesn't have to be treated like a leftover. It can be treated like a totally new meal. It's just you pre-cook some of the ingredients. All right, let me give this a taste. I think I want some pepper in there too. This pepper is like the breakfast blend. It's never ending. Which is good because, you know, pepper, use pepper for lots of things. Alright, let me give this a taste. Very good. Alright, I'm going to switch over to a frying pan and I'll be back. Alright, here it is, dinner day 166. I still have pickled beets and the fritter. I wouldn't recommend making it on the mini griddle. It took forever to cook. The ones that I'm making in the frying pan are much crisper and better. So, but I'm not going to have you wait all day to see what I'm having for dinner. So anyway, here it is, dinner day 166. So use up some of your scraps of this and that and save money. Alright, these fritters are nice and crunchy. I probably could have cooked them a little less, but they're fine, they're not burned. I'm cooling them on a rack with a paper towel underneath so that they don't get soggy. Alright, so there they are. Enough for at least 2 more meals. Alright, I'll be back later. Back in one of my favorite spots, my easy chair. So today was a really, really beautiful day. The weather was the perfect temperature. There was just a slight breeze, so it wasn't real humid. It was really a nice day. And I just sort of do-de-doed my way through the day, which is my favorite way to spend a day. I hate to rush. I hate to hurry. I hate to rush. I hate it when things are pressing me to move faster than I want to. So it was a nice day. But anyway, I think my grandson is looking for a new car. He's been using my car. So I've sort of been a little bit homebound lately, which is okay because I don't go that many places. If I have to go to the store, I just go before he has to go to work. But he's been borrowing my car, so I'd say for the past week and a half. But that's all right. But he's maybe found a new car. We'll see. Yeah, things will be back to normal before I know it. But anyway, that's pretty much my day. I did plant some onions. Boy, lots of onions. I still had little onion starts. Onion sets, not starts. From last year, a lot of them were dried up. Those I threw away. The rest of them I've stuck in my pots. So I must have planted 60 to 80 onions. And they're just small, just this big. So if they grow, they grow. If they don't, they don't. Some of them that I planted are already coming up, but we'll see how they fare. And onions are compatible with almost all plants in companion planting. So, and they protect a lot of the plants from a lot of the bugs because a lot of the bugs don't like onions. They don't like the scent. They don't like garlic. They don't like onions, mints, anything that's very aromatic, a lot of bugs don't like. So, and that's a good thing. So I just went around my garden and poked them into the soil wherever I thought they might be happy. So we'll see how they grow if I get any onions. I've tried planting them before and didn't have a whole lot of good luck. But I figured even if I just eat the greens as they come up, that would be a win. So that's what I got planted today, and I'm just poking my way through. So, all right, my friends, that's all I have for you today. I want to wish you abundant blessings. I love you guys. Be good to yourself. Be good to others. Do what you love to do, even if it's pokey and it takes you a long time. God bless you, and I'll see you next time. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe, comment, and like. Thanks for watching.